Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my show. Smitty on the corner, 007, bro. This is for you, not me. So smash the like button. Every time you see me subscribe, you should tell a homie all about the dope videos and good vibe. Yes, I'm live, high vibe to the good guys, but we move like good fellas. Light hops, 3 and 1. Yes, we do it better.
This episode is brought to you by Things We Should Not Say Online. That's right, things we should not say online. Let's get through the introduction and I'll be right with you in a moment. I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family.
Welcome to the lighthouse. Storm all around. I'm standing right now, sent from the cloud. They talking mine now, but I'm just fighting for my blood and my life. Yeah. Sent from the heaven, king on 7, trials on trials, still count blessings. Wait on the revelating, heart been heavy. I stay patient, I'm beyond the angels. I am mad, I bleed, I'm tangled. Sword on my back, axe on the strap. Go with the weight of the world in my lap. Touching my can, we doubling back. Pray with my palm, but I'm ready for that. Long Star County King, that's greatness. Stand tall, whole county on the wait list. I just want my acre, you can keep your Grammy. Build this from the gravel for my whole family. PG is greatness, DMV ain't faking. If I said I'm the one, no, I wasn't mistaken. Long Star County King, yeah, we blazing. Welcome to the Lighthouse Foundation. Still waiting on revelation. Till then I'm in rotation. What am I chasing? But I'm chasing. Turn my scars into statements. I don't need your stage or camera. I need these papers, hand and hammer. Still in my spine, still in my hands. Guarding my bloodline, holding this land. They can test, they can try, they can hate me. I've been forging a fire that will make me PG Ray. Lone Star in my vein. DMV on the map, say the name. Lone Star County Kings, that's greatness. Stand tall, whole county on the wait list. I just want my acres, you can keep your Grammy. Build this from the gravel for my whole family. PG is greatness, DMV ain't faking. If I said I'm the one, no, I wasn't mistaken. Don't talk Cooney Cat, yeah, we blazing. Welcome to the Lighthouse Foundation.
There we go. Respect. Welcome. Welcome back. Right, man. Shout out to the family. Welcome to another episode over here at Smitty's Corner Lighthouse 007. You know how this go. So it's a few things that, you know what I'm saying, a brother wants to address. But what we want to do is we want to warm up into that, right? We're going to get to the meat and bones of things. I just want to have like a nice little conversation, kick it and cool it. You know, I got a few little random questions pulled up. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and get to it. Trust me when I tell you. Shout out to Jen in the building, man. How you feel today, beloved? I see you, everybody. Give it up for the oh so lovely, the oh so beautiful Miss Genesis.
Hey, sugars. Can y'all hear me?
Man, much respect. Yeah, you coming through. You coming through.
All right. Hey, sugars. I'm going to give me a microphone one day, an actual mic, because I sound different when I listen to the playback. I'm on a game mic, a game headset. So I sound like I'm inside of a game when when I listen to it in the back. When I go back and listen to the show again, like, oh, so I need to up my game and get grown like y'all content creators and get a microphone, you guys.
Shout out to Truth Building. I see you, fam. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Hey, Truth. That Truth was never favorite, or what's his name now? Truth is Nexus. I can't keep.
No. This another sister, man. This is.
Okay.
Yeah, this one of the sister. Truth.
Oh, Truth. Okay. Hey, sugar.
Hope you can see it on the screen or not. I got it up there. Yeah,
no, I was in the bathroom doing my edges in case I wanted to cam
Oh,
up
I
real
got,
quick.
I got you. Yeah, go
You
ahead. Get your
know,
have a girl
I'm
get
in the
on.
back. I'm listening to you. I got the headset. I'm just in the bathroom. Like, let me just
The
touch an edge or two up in case I turn this
oh,
camera on.
hold on. I
'Cause, you
gotta.
know, we might accidentally cam up these days, and folk like to snap shots and be like, "Oh, yeah."
Real
But then
quick,
you don't see.
trust. I'm gonna let you know right now. This is how I feel. This is how I feel. Okay, all right, my bad. You got a brother heart beating. God dang it, Jim.
Just in case, you know, I turn the camera on, y'all got something to see. Let me just give y'all that much.
Uh, okay, trust. My bad. It
Okay.
was spelled out. I thought it
I
was.
can't be up here with Smitty, y'all. Y'all know Smitty got the dress, the retouched, touched up, and over
No,
here with the hair looking crispy. So I
don't
got
make
to
me
keep
put
up
my
with
hat
the
on.
Smith. Okay.
Don't make me put my hat on. Like
Okay,
now,
I got to keep up with the Smith. And I keeping up with the Joneses. Got to keep up with the Smitties.
I ain't
Okay.
mad at. I mean, we like to stay nice and padded and
Keeping up
styled
with
up.
the Smitties, people. Let me go put a little eyeliner on or something. Let me just make me look presentable. I can't just be up here looking like I just worked all damn day.
I'm just saying, like, my whole thing is I'm a firm believer that men should always like I'm not saying like be on some like I don't know. Because you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna redefine that. I don't
No,
like how
men should look, y'all. No, y'all should look.
real quick, watch. You'll see where
Hmm.
I'm I hate the fact that we actually think that men are supposed to like not have as much let's say not hygiene but let's say cosmetic care to ourselves in the way in which men receive it just as much as women do, right? So my point is that like me, I have like facial scrubs and stuff, things that when I get in the shower, put on my face a little bit, keep my skin nice and chill. You see what I'm saying? Like I actually recognize how important those things are. You know what I'm saying? So it's more than just aftershave, shape up, brush your teeth, wash your face. Like, no, I actually have products that take care of my skin. I'm very particular about the soap I use. You know what I'm saying? As far as on my body, like I love goat milk. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Zumbar guy. So I'm one of them. So yeah, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Like you should. Thank you. Like, oh, right here. Come on, shout. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Thank you, trust. Okay, my bad. Thank you, trust. Yeah, it's about caring about yourself. Like, period. Like, I love me. You know what I'm saying? I recognize how awesomely gorgeous I was designed. I want to do the best that I can to preserve that in every form of fashion that I can. So yeah, when I look, if I'm growing my hair, I'm gonna make sure I keep myself you got to go through that growth process, right? You know, the ush bush ugly stage. We all know about that when you on that road of having locks, especially, right? But overall, it's like, nah, I still make sure I keep my beard, my mustache trimmed. Like I don't be coming on here looking and smelling like a Viking. And just like how Jen said one day, I'm the same way. Like I'll mess around and put a little dab, a little aftershave
I
after.
know. Why did I put on perfume to come sit on the panel with y'all? I don't know why I did that, but I can't sit there and not smell myself. I need to.
Because in real life, that's how see
That's
you still got that headspace of I'm going around people.
people
Even though
that
even though it's on the box, you still like I'm going around people. So like ain't nobody gonna say I can smell your underarms through this screen.
okay, no, not even, and it'd be like even when like look, even when he just get up for the day, and I said, "Ooh, I got a DoorDash coming," or I don't order something. I said, "I can't go to the door like this." I said, "What?"
Mhm.
I feel like my grandma. My grandma would get up. I said, "Grandma, what are you doing?" She would get up and put on that white diamond child. She put on everything except for her blouse and like her shirt. She'll wear her, undershirt, but then she'll put on like her house coat or something over it. But she'll have on her pants and everything else that she would be wearing in case she had to run out, and she would like partially beat her face. And she put on
Mhm.
her white diamonds. And I said, Grandma, where is you going? She said, I was on my way down to the neighbor's house to grab my Tupperware that I loaned her, and I'm gonna stop and get the mail out the mailbox. I said, you going two doors from your house that you in. And then you're gonna go to the curb where the mailbox is, and you putting on white diamonds and you putting on makeup to go 2 doors down, child. I think I do it now.
Mm.
I think I do it now. At least I get presentable in case the DoorDash person see me because I don't want them being like, "Oh, I came to this person," and they look like I put on a couple perfume just to sit or body spray just to sit and talk to y'all was crazy. Mm-mm.
Okay, okay.
Some-
You know what?
Something wrong with us.
I believe that's a beautiful segue. Like that's dope. I like that. I like that, man. Shout out to that. For my little fact. For my little fact. Nah, come on now. All right. So look, right. This is where I want to get to. So you talking about grandma, you being in your position, you smell me now. So let's go ahead
Mhm.
and start off with these questions before we get into the meat and bones. And yes, people, yeah, we got some things we gonna have to address. You know what I'm saying? So all you got just stick around and have some fun with us. All right, bet. Let's get it. So this is what I'm wondering right here, right? So how has purpose, because you're talking about your grandmother and yourself, and the one thing I've been thinking about is how much purpose has switched and changed from when I was in my 20s, when I was in my 30s, and now to where I am now. How much do you think that switched over?
My purpose?
Mhm.
Um, what? Are you saying how much has my purpose changed from what I thought it was in my 20s to now?
Yes, like basically
Well, that's a bit
the
triggering
change in the
because I thought my purpose was to grow up and be married and have a family. I thought that was part of my purpose, you know? You got to consider that that is also included in what some
uh,
women, are raised to believe. So I thought I was going to be a
you're
wife. I thought I was going to be a mother. I thought that was why I was supposed to, be here when I was younger. And then, of course, I thought I could learn and have an education too, and be able to travel and stuff, and can
mhm.
be able to do things. And then I slowly realized now in 2026 that that was all a farce because my purpose wasn't to grow up, have kids, and be someone's mother and someone's wife. Because clearly that didn't happen. So now I
Mm,
think that more so my purpose is, I mean, because I in this process I've heard of of the women in the Bible who were never ordained to have children, so they had a bigger purpose. They were the ones of the community moms, or i.e. the ISIS that's in my name, like the woman who was there for everybody. So now I'm starting to see that's different. You know what I mean? It's changing a bit to
uh,
am I there for everybody? Can I still be a service to people even though I'm not a mother? Because that seems to be the main value. Or I'm not a wife. That means it seems to be the main barometer that we kind of gauge it and say, well, your purpose is nothing because you're not married. Your purpose is nothing because you're not a wife. So
okay, so
I
hold
don't
on.
know if I can answer that right.
Okay, pineapple, mango. Let's get it. Fruit salad. All right, now you saying what you're saying there, I get that. I'm totally in recognition of what it is that you're saying to me, and I receive it. What I would like to know is outside of, because you named to me what the societal norm recommendation is that we must be, right? You gave me the sign, I mean, you gave me the what society says. If you're not a wife, if you look, me too, if you're not a husband, so on and
But
so
you're a
forth.
father.
But no, but hold on. But
Mm-mm.
okay, no, but some
You're a
people would,
parent. You're a parent.
most
You
people would
succeeded.
not,
You succeeded
but
by
most
society
people,
because you're a parent.
most people nowadays, listen, I'm trying to break it down to you as a man who's in this position. I also get, no, you're a single dad.
But that's
Hmm.
fine, is that you're at least a parent. I'm not a parent or I've never been a wife. So on that barometer, you're considered way more successful in society than I am, and way more acceptable because you're a parent. I'm not a parent.
Okay, okay, okay. So this, but wait, this is the question, Jen. This is the question. Okay, okay. This is the question. The question is, what exactly outside of the societal standard? what exactly would you say is your personal goal? Like, because it sounds like what you're telling me is I didn't reach the goal that society and or my family or those around me told me I'm supposed to.
As
Like,
yeah,
so
as a woman in general, just in general, women, other women, not family, not so that's society. Everywhere you go, you have to hear, um, you don't have any kids. Oh, 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 no, you're not wife. You never been married. Oh, and that ain't got to be from nobody you even know. That's just or it's the if you have even to speak on the subject. I think I talked to you about this before, to even be able to speak on the subject when it comes up in the world. Oh, these children out here need guidance from everybody except for us. We don't have kids, so how dare we offer any? These children out here need to be, where's the village? It's the village is the people filled with people like me without kids. I would think I would want villagers who don't have children too. Not everybody in the village has to have a kid. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's it's everywhere. It's not even if it's not even in your direct family from your other family members, then it's from society by itself. You know what I mean? So yeah. Womanhood dictates that you hit these mile markers. Right. Trust. That's what I'm saying. More so like it's a benchmark that never was accomplished. So from the people who are, I guess, here, having a kid is here, and the people who don't have kids are here, right? So it's these people that are looking down and saying, oh, look at you. I guess you'll be worth something to the world because, I mean, you got all the time in the world. You don't have kids. So you could take your StreamYard down, I think, right? You could take you
what
could
are you
go,
talking about? You talking to me?
yeah, I think you could take the bird off. It says it up on the top, like in your, on the
Hold
side. I think it's up at where your,
oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, you
Right.
could take that off. I think
Let
you
me
don't even
see.
have to have that up there.
Let me see. I don't know.
Up there where your, what is it called? I can't even see it because I'm not in the back.
On display.
Yeah, but all the way at the very top where you see you'll see what are those things called? Um,
I know thoroughly what you're talking about.
just at the very, 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 very top.
I'm thoroughly hip. What I'm saying is it's a different setup on the mobile as it is computer. I am used to computer.
Oh,
Right, right. So it's like I gotta kind of look at these little images and shit. You know what
oh, gotcha. Okay.
right, right. It's different. It's way different. Hold on, let me do that.
Oh,
But
you didn't have to. You didn't have to. I was just saying. I think you can take that off. I think you said something about that before. You're like,
I've
oh,
been
I took out the duck.
figure
I'm like,
out- yeah, yeah. I've been trying to figure out if I can. And
you have to put your keyboard together. You need to go on your computer.
yeah, I bought the keyboard. Um,
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to because I got it. I got the keyboard. I need to figure out how to. No, I'm dead ass serious. Cause look, right? Hold on. Cause this right here, right? Hold on. What we got right here? All right, but so what I did was right. What I did was I went on ahead. Hold on. So I ain't want to be moving around with my phone. So I got this right. So I went on ahead. I just don't know how to hook it up. I don't. I'm so serious. I know. A lot of people listen. I don't care how embarrassing that may be. I'm being honest, okay? All right. And you already know, Jen, family wise, what I've been going through. So I'm on some like I'm not gonna press my peoples out. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for my sister to come by here and assist me with that. Now it came with a little chip. It's like a little chip you stick inside of the modem. I do know how that works. But for some reason it's like
It
I
comes
think
with a chip that you stick where?
it comes with a chip. You want me to show it to you? It's a little chip that you stick inside your modem, and it's supposed to direct. See, this is cordless. There's no cord to
Why
this.
would it go in your modem? Doesn't it go into your computer in the back of your computer? Mine. I have one with a cord, right? And it has a little USB port thingy, right? And then it goes like my headphones. I don't think I can hear if I take my headphones thing out, but my headphone thing is like this. It's this big, and then it stick it right into my laptop. So it should go where your keyboard would plug in to on your computer. Yes, is the wall hitters. I am the president. What does it say? The president of the Wall Hitters Association, established 2022.
This.
Yeah, that's what I just showed you. It's from my. I have
know.
one for my
I'm
keyboard.
saying-
Look.
No. But yours is different. Mine doesn't have a cord. Okay. I have this
I have.
inside the modem. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This right here. You see what I'm saying? That's what this right here inside of, this is how that right there. That's that right there. Not what you showed me with the cord. Okay. Mine don't look. Mine, no. Mine doesn't even have a back to plug anything in. You don't, mine don't. I mean, I'm just saying, like, mine is like you have to put it inside of the computer and then it works. But apparently I gotta do some shit in my computer to get it. I don't know. It's not reading for some reason. I don't know why. It's not reading, registering, or whatever. And I put it back in the same slot. That's what I'm saying. So I'm waiting to get this bad boy right here hooked up.
I didn't know I was on mute. Okay, so I have the same thing. This is for my headset that you have.
Right.
This is for my headset. Then mine also comes with the antenna so that my headset can read and I can walk around. But I have the same thing for my keyboard. I have the same thing for my mouse, and I have the same thing for my controller, my game controller, right? So I have the same thing that it has in it.
Can you hear me now? Hold on. They connect. Oh.
Yeah, no, you sound way
There you
different. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, because I unplugged my headset. I unplugged my earphone, my headset, my headphones, to show you that I have the same kind of plug-in adapter. And then it comes with, because it's a headset, it comes with the antenna so I can reach it. But I have the same thing for my mouse because it's cordless, and I have the same thing for my my game controller. I have the same little thing for my game controller that plugs into my tablet, or it plugs into my computer, and it just plugs into a USB port, and then it has to connect. So it doesn't go anywhere specific.
Mine doesn't go into how she said right here, the desk.
The laptop, or goes in.
Maybe if she's talking about the desktop in the sense of inside of that box, like where you plug in everything for like your camera and everything, your modem box, right? I ain't hit, but I'm
your hard
right.
drive, if it's a desktop, your modem is somewhere in your house somewhere plugged up where your modem should be somewhere plugged up somewhere else.
So you talking about my hard drive box? Okay,
yes,
so that's what
if it's a desktop, then you have the hard drive. If it's a laptop like I'm on, then you just plug it right in the side somewhere.
Yeah, it's a tower. It looks like a PS5.
It's a tower, so it can plug in any USB port, Smitty, and then it will connect by itself. It doesn't go anywhere specific. It is not a specific spot for it. It's the same place you would plug in your keyboard if you had a plug. If you had a plug that was connected to it, like my mouse, you would just take it and plug it out of any USB port that's open, because I have a mouse with a cord, right? So I would just plug this in any open USB slot. It's not a certain spot for it. So you just plug that in into your hard drive, and then it's gonna bring it.
Yeah, mine is. You know what I think it is? No, mine is cordless. I think I might be putting this chip, this little plug-in, in the wrong slot, and it's not connecting. I think I need to figure out which one, because you have one for like your mouse, and because when I had it set up a specific way, and everything functions great. And I noticed ever since I tried to start playing with it, everything started messing up. So, or I don't know if I have a dud. I don't
And
know.
some of those slots, but some of those
Mhm.
slots are in the front of your tower too. You should have some holes like that in the front of your tower as well, right? Or are they all
Yeah,
in the back?
it's like it's but look, it's like 5 of them. I got one for the mouse. I got one
Right.
for the
Are
key.
there any? Are there any in the front? Are they in the front of the tower or are they in the back of the tower?
I'm telling you what's in the front, and it's like 5 of them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's like 5
Okay.
of
Well,
them.
you said you're plugging it in the wrong one. My old computer had like 6 of them, but it had 2 or 4 in the front and 2 in the back. The ones in the front were for like your keyboard, your mouse, your other devices. The ones in the back was for the computer to set itself, to set up to the speakers and the the camera or whatever. So, I mean, you'll get it together. I'm pretty sure. I think we were trying to help you.
Of course.
Tress wants to know, is the Wall Hitters Association accepting applications at this time? Girl, yes, because apparently when you get to be 50 years old like me, you're at the wall. So if you're as old as I am, or
So
at,
y'all really be thinking
y'all
that's
can
what it
come
is?
and join me.
You really think that's what it is in real life?
In real life,
Like,
I don't care because, like I just told you, a 31-year-old man hit on me, and he's cute too. Um,
mhm.
however, however, nobody's serious. I think that's the wall part, is that we're not considered an option to be a mate anymore. I think that's the wall part, and that's
The
the
one
real
part
real part.
taken serious is what you're saying.
Hmm?
You said the wall part is the fact that you're not taken serious is what you're saying?
Not anymore. Like, you're not an option anymore. You're not as an option anymore, right? So the wall is because you're not an option. She said, "What you say?" Tress, girl, where you been? Everybody in this whole sector that knows me knows that she is 50. Yes, I'm Nia Long 50, right? I'm Regina King 50, that kind of 50. I'm that In Vogue, In Vogue 50,
Virginia,
Terry Vaughn
Virginia
50.
King 50? I got you.
Regina King is pretty at 50. You see the picture of her, Terry Vaughn? They were all together at the same event. It was her, um, it was Nia Long, Regina. Is it Regina King? Which Regina? Is it Regina King?
From Friday. From
Not
Friday.
not the Boondocks one.
Friday and 227. We all
No,
know.
not her. Not her. It's the other Regina.
It is.
It's another one. You know what I'm talking about. I'll show you. But it's a picture of them, and they're all 50. Like, I think Nia Long like 54. The other one's like 56, and they were all together. And you would be looking at them like, how in the hell are these girls 50 years old? But it was Sanaa Lathan, Nia Long, and I think it was Regina. It was the other ones. Hold on.
Okay. So hold on, wait a
It
minute.
was a picture of all four, like all three of them together. And when you see, and people was like, "Oh, yo, wait a minute." So, and they added Gabrielle in there. So it was Gabrielle Union, Nia Long, and Sanaa Lathan, and the other Regina. I forgot Regina. Here she go, Regina Hall, and they was all together, and they are all over 50, like 52, 54, and 56 type shit. Look, I don't know if y'all can see it on my phone. How do
Okay.
I do it? How do I
Hold
do
on.
it? Oh,
I need to put you as one of the in my stream. I need to put you on my stream, y'all. Hold on. Here we go. She said right here. She said, "Yeah, I seen it."
yeah, you see the picture? Yes, and it's all of them, and they are Everyone is over 50, right? And it's just crazy how amazing that they look. And I have to show y'all if I have to. I don't know if y'all can see the picture, but there it goes a little bit. There it go. Right. And so if you look at that picture, if you see it, oh, she said she's seen it. Yep. It was Regina Hall. Yep. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, I don't feel so bad about looking the way I look. But at the same time, you know, it ain't like I can go out here and tell these young boys to pull their pants up because they be looking like, girl, can I get your number? I'd be like, ew, pull your pants up.
I ain't
So
mad at.
I can see your whole booty. No, see your whole bum. I see more
So
than I want to know. More than I want to know about you is what I know. But yeah.
let
So
me
yeah,
ask
she's 50 over here. She's old, hitting the wall. So go ahead. What's your question?
you. You know what? I think that's a good little segue for what I wanted to ask you. So
This light is super bright because it's still daylight outside.
what does, like, in your personal opinion, right? Like somebody like taking themselves and holding themselves accountable, like what would you say that looks like?
Holding accountable for what?
You yourself.
Who? Me?
Yeah, like whatever you do. Like whatever it is you do,
What are
how
you asking in real life? What does a woman look like holding herself accountable? Me holding myself accountable personally?
no. A person. Like anybody. Like what does, when you see somebody holding themselves accountable, what does that look like in your eyes?
It should be the same. Like it should look the same. Like you uh oh hell.
It should look the
Okay.
same.
It
Okay.
should to me it should look I don't know. Because sometimes I have like a bad habit of thinking that there should be like a general understanding of what
Right.
accountability looks like and and I'm noticing maybe that's not the case, you know, all the time. Um, but yeah, I think it should be you accepting I learned that it's you accepting your role or your responsibility in something. But nowadays, I don't know because we think it's weaponized. We think we be holding ourselves accountable, and it's really beating ourselves up or really victimizing ourselves. And for some people, accountability is like a slippery slope of me just I've learned is especially in like abusive situations, and that does not mean abusive boyfriend, just abusive family situations and all that. Just someone taking it for granted, you end up being accountable for everything and not, and not even being able to find the fine line of what's your fault and what's not your fault, right? Because people can weaponize accountability. So I feel like that it's you being able to accept your part in whatever it is, and whether that be, hey, I really had nothing to do with this, or I had everything to do with it, you know. But I think it's more so like just a person accepting their role and their responsibility for what part they participated in. But again, I don't know because people weaponize it, and you end up feeling like, damn, the whole thing was my fault, right?
Okay. So because we're leaning into the meat and bones, ladies and gentlemen. Right? We're leaning into it. So all right, I asked that question for a reason as I set this up. Um,
Well, you answer the question too. You don't be asking me stuff.
all right. Well, what I would say it looks like to me, what I would say it looks like is somebody who
Everything.
recognizes, nah, honestly, somebody who recognizes the diversity, uh, the actual nuance to what life is constructed and founded around, right? The real foundation of life, if you follow me, is really constructed around there's always going to be nuance, there's always going to be different scenarios. So I see it for what it is. I see life like having accountability is seeing life for what it is.
That is not an answer.
I just do. I just do. I see like I mean that's just how I see it now. If you want me to be ruthless with it, if you want me to be ruthless with it, what does accountability look like? You actually saying I'm wrong. Nobody wants to say that shit. Nobody wants to directly say, you know what? Damn, I actually wasn't correct on that. That's what accountability looks like. Point blank period. So I see it for that manner. What you got?
I was just waiting to see if I had to call Cap, see what she's gonna say. Because
Okay. You want to call Cap? Hold on,
I
baby.
said I was waiting to see what you were going to say to see if I was gonna call Cap. Because
Okay.
I'm talking to a 5-year-old, you know. I like that Anton says that talk to me like I'm a C student. Break it down as if you had to, like when I had to tell my little 13-year-old nephew about accountability, he understands the word vocabulary wise. He understands what it means. That's why I said sometimes I think I'd be having a complex with the fact that I think people understand vocabulary words, but I'm learning more and more. These folks don't even understand when they say literally, that literally means that they just did what they did. So now I'm understanding that maybe sometimes people don't even understand the vocabulary words. So when I had to first dissect what does accountability mean, and then I had to talk to a 13-year-old and a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old, what does that mean? Then you get a real raw understanding that we might have this, we might think what we think, but we're older now and we may got it all wrong and we've adjusted it to fit our lives. So accountability may look like, if you tell a kid that, it's you being able to say I was wrong. Like I said earlier, sometimes when that person meets the wrong people, accountability is weaponized. And that person being able to say, hey, I was wrong in this situation is now saying I'm sorry all the time or taking the blame all the time. So that's why I said accountability necessarily can't be that. It has to be like you being, well, put it together, you know, like you being able to see your role in whatever happened. Because
So
you just saying, hey, you know what, Smitty, my bad. This is my fault. My fault, Smitty. That was me. My fault. Versus
well,
me saying, hold on, me saying, Smitty, my fault. This is where I went wrong. I was wrong right here. You have people do that habitually. And then it's like everything's always, even when it's not their fault, it's their fault, right? They take the blame for something as opposed to them learning how to say, what part did I play in this? And because some people wiggle out of it, right? They be like, I kind of didn't do nothing. So accountability is 0. And then you got the people who go from 0 to 60 where accountability, you know what, Smitty, you can't even have no accountability. And you could be one of the people, Smitty, that realize, hey, you know what, bruh, you know what, Jen, this is where I messed up, right? But then what if you're not Smitty? What if you're the kind of person that says, oh, okay, as long as the other person says it's my fault, they're going to keep letting it be your fault. And guess what? They're going to never say none of it's ever their fault. You talk to people like that before, Smitty, where you be like, you know what, bruh, you know what, my bad. I read it wrong. And that person going to let you go on thinking like that because they're going to not take any accountability because you keep taking accountability. So that's why I think it kind of might be a little bit slippery.
but see, that's where I'm at though. And that's what I'm recognizing. So what I wrote down while you were talking was no. So hold on, because I remember speaking on a certain night on the panel, right? So the reason why I was asking about the accountability part, because somebody told me that some folks like once upon a time somebody was letting me know that people are going to show you who they are. People are going to say certain things. Now I'm like, whatever. I'm not looking at it in that sense. I'm looking at it more so in a, how do we see each other and why do we come for each other in the way that we do? You see? So for example, us being on the show last night, right? And I'm up here, I'm saying to myself, why is this taking place? Why is this happening? And here comes, you know, shout out to Uncle Ferg. But here he comes.
I'm not shouting him out. Go ahead, but if you want to. Now, I'm not I'm mad at him right now, but go ahead.
I mean, I get why you mad at him. I
I'm
get
not
why.
shouting out nothing. I'll shout him out when I'm not no longer upset. When I
Yeah,
calm down.
yeah. Yeah, it's just a certain demeanor and decorum you go about when you know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to you, Uncle Ferg. So, yesterday when we was on the panel, right, and this is what I'm talking about as far as accountability and recognizing oneself and seeing yourself in the mirror. So he said that women need to be protected right along with people who are in a, let's say, disabled position and people who are children.
Pineapple, pineapple.
Oh God.
Acknowledge
I
Riaz for you. A mango, fruit salad. Please acknowledge Mr. Riaz. He said thank you for helping him out yesterday. He was listening to you, Smitty. I told you Riaz is my buddy. Come on, Riaz. No rush. No like, hey, you know, that's me and Riaz song, Fizzy Pop. Hey, that's my chair, Riaz. He was rapping. But yeah, please acknowledge Mr. Riaz because he did say thank you for helping. He said it took what you said into consideration. See, Riaz, good job, sweetheart. See, my young prince. Yay, see? That's my boy. I don't play about, see, now I don't play about two people in this space. I ain't playing about Riaz, and I ain't about finna play with y'all about Smitty, the Smithster, okay? Just letting y'all know. Take it how you want to take it, okay? Exactly, Riaz. Yes. Leave Riaz alone. He does a great job.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, he heard you. That means he heard you, see? And for him to come back and say something is because he heard you, because he's not absent-minded by any means if you ever talk to him. So he did hear you.
Yeah, you know, my whole thing is more so geared around me making it very clear what my position has been as far as like there's no way that, you know, people really can genuinely shame me on anything. Uh,
Mhm.
I do notice and recognize the shots that are thrown. So like again, first part, it's like, yeah, you know, I need to be protected, blah, blah, blah. The fact is this again, when we take the time to look at how all of that set up, it ain't just us. He left the fact that he's also incorporated and included in that. Um, the elders are also incorporated in that. You can't you can't say that uh, we're going to go ahead and say the women and children and other folks. Uh, you got to make sure that you look at it fully for what it is. But I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not trying to go too hard. I'm just saying, like, I know how you feel, Genesis. I know how you on some like, you know, I really want to get at them on that. I don't care what you do. I'm I don't. You got all free range and will. I'm just saying as far as me, I see things for what it is. And it's like you gotta recognize when people see a certain light in you. Point blank period. Like you do. You gotta recognize it for what it is. So like even down to like, you know what I'm saying, capability wise, life. You know what I'm saying? And
That was some bullshit, but go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, like, you know, being able to be capable in life and like, you know, was it cool? Like, I don't know to you. Like when he was speaking about the capability aspect, I mean, how do you see that?
I think that was some bull. So to draw context, probably you want to do that a little bit right quick, draw context. The conversation was not even meant, it didn't even seem like it should be going that direction. However, uh I had it pulled up at the clip. Like the reason I don't even I'm trying to go back in my mind to see like why did it shift? Where like we were just talking about just the whole overall how the war and whatnot, what's happening is affecting us, and then it kind of shifted. Um, but just the, it's not even, I don't think that was even cool to even to say in general, because that's where that we too old to be talking like that comes into play. Also, I think that it was not cool considering if you haven't seen the Bionic Man video interview and you did not know, but you did still know, but you didn't know exactly what happened, you already knew the level of your capabilities as far as your, you know, being an amputee. So it's not like it was like a gotcha, aha, nobody knew this about you type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It was not like, it wasn't, it kind of made me feel like real funky, like shade. And I think I might have said shade at some point too. Because if you go back and listen to the audio, it's a lot of audio because we're all talking over each other at a certain point. But yeah, I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the comment. I didn't like the direction that I didn't like that he came back and stood 10 toes down again and was like, yeah, but if it comes down to it, y'all ain't going. I did not like the fact that the women and the disabled and the mentally challenged are all in one big pie of helpless people that when it comes down to it. Not to mention all the shut in and sick in a wheelchair with a walker. What else do we say? The people who were born with limbs that are not developed yet. God forbid you have some type of spina bifida. All them folk ain't going either. But for some reason,
No,
to even say that, huh?
You know who else isn't going? Briefly,
All the
you know,
grandmas and grandpas.
well, not even just that. No, I'm talking about people who are half our age, who has certain just headspace issues. Like
Exactly. So all those people who are on medication, who are getting a crazy check for their kids because they wanted them to put their kids on an IEP, all y'all, them the little special slope IEP children that he was talking about. All them IEPs ain't going.
So basically, yeah, it's like when you talk about who's not capable, but this is my point. You got folks who you will be around them every day. And I know all of us know people within our family and community who actually have a certain circumstance. Let's say depression, let's say chronic bipolar disorder, whatever it may be.
Not going.
You're not going. They're not going to put.
You can't go fight for your country depressed. You're gonna get us all killed.
But watch this. In society, that same individual would be able to pop up on panels. That same individual would be able to go ahead and get jobs and actually move up and everything else. And the whole time, yes, they go to therapy and they got they got to get help for whatever it may be. But when you talking about on the front line, that is much more wide range than what it is that folks are thinking about and saying. So when you're talking about the capabilities in life, the fact is that even down to when you're allowed to be able to enlist, that's only up to a certain age. You smell me now, Jen?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just saying, right? So like this is what I'm asking, right? So like the reasons why, for example, let's just say now, this is an isolated incident, but I'm noticing that overall, I'm noticing a huge separation between the respect of elders and the youth. Mango, you got it.
Mm-hmm. You said a huge separation between the elders and who? I can hear you.
It's a huge separation between elder and youth.
Yes, by default of the generations, or you just saying like
the lack of respect.
The lack of respect is partly why. What you experience is partly why. How you gonna listen to someone if this is what I mean? You're in the middle, right? Your age group is in the middle. Our age group is in the middle of that elder and youth, right? We're not elders, but we're not the youth anymore.
Right.
So it would behoove you to you know, translate to us and then we translate down to them, considering that they're not listening to you either. Um, but this isn't gonna make this wouldn't make that solidify that. So we got young Riaz, right? He's like 21, 22, 23. You have a 23-year-old witnessing an older man almost inadvertently pick on a younger man, but not a younger man. You see what I'm saying? You got a 60-year-old picking on a 40-year-old, and you got a 20-year-old watching this, and the 20-year-old is supposed to turn around and listen to you give advice and give wisdom when you just kind of said what you said, and then they're going to look at that as a reflection of, aren't you old enough to know better to even have to? This is an example of one of those. Aren't you old enough to know when to say what to say? Um, there's no self, what do you call it, self reservation. So you got to think the younger folks are going to look at you and look at that older person, and then on top of that, you're not living, you're not being an example of what you just said. You know what I mean? You don't want a 40-year-old and a 20-year-old to fight, but when they see a 60-year-old or a 70-year-old talk shit to a 40-year-old, they're gonna think, well, why should I be grateful? Why should I be gracious and respectful? You don't even, if you're gonna come for someone younger, you're gonna catch younger this young energy back. So unfortunately, they're not gonna. I can see how they wouldn't respect that. I can see how they're gonna tell us, oh, shut the hell up with our old self, because they could just turn on to one of these panels and turn on one of these shows and hear a bunch of older people going after each other over some words or just expressing their true feelings. The crazy part is the fact that that's how you really feel. They can also tell that too. The younger people can look at that and say, wow, that old man been holding that in. He been wanting to say that, or vice versa. That young dude been waiting to say that.
I look at it as hold on, there we go. I look at it as disrespect is disrespect. And I think we need to be a lot more careful on how we speak and how we move in these spaces when it comes to how we speak to people. Like how we respond, like how we actually respond to shit. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. But the reasons, I mean, I do still respect my elders always. It's just I think we need to watch out how we talk to people, because if you ain't never spoke to that person, you don't know that person, you don't know what that person has to say. You don't know what that person been through. You don't know what that person has to offer. You don't know what they're capable of. We all know this shit, Jen.
But we not that stuff. But that's not what that was about either. Anyway, because the concern wasn't about what you're capable of. The concern is at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if shit hit the fan, who gonna help who? And to throw you into the group of people who are just are helpless, it was kind of disrespectful. And again, for some people there's people who are paralyzed, they don't have to have a missing limb to even be in a similar condition, but they're paralyzed from the waist down, so they can't go either because they have all their body parts. Because if that was going to be the benchmark, like the considering factor, if you're trying to say people that are amputees can't help, no way, no matter what, if they can help, they're just considered the people that need to be protected. And I think that was insulting to say, well, you need protection, Smitty. How you gonna protect yourself? And then to sit there and say, it's not like you can help me. We would have to help you. I just thought that was just disrespectful. And then to ask if, that's why I say women have a bit of an intuition sometimes, y'all, and y'all know this is true, that sometimes we can read into things, and sometimes you men don't read into it or don't pay attention to that detail, which is great. It's okay, because women are detail oriented, right? And men are at the big picture seers. So if you're looking at the big picture, you're not seeing all the details that's happening. You're not seeing the people that's walking by smudging your painting. You're looking at the big picture. So you're not seeing all the, the bird shit that just happened that flew by. those are the details that women provide. So I think sometimes it's in your best interest as a man, if you have women around you and the woman is telling you like, that didn't feel right, you might just want to open one ear. You ain't got to do both ears, but just heed one ear to see what she's talking about, because it's not always us reading into things wrong, or us being on our fifi. Sometimes our mind could be not on something, not our mind could be not paying attention to shit you talking about, but somebody come wrong saying some crazy shit and it just set off our intuition, and now you be like, oh shit. So I'm in and out of the conversation, I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to listen because I'm not really getting the chance to speak because everyone's having a conversation, and it was fine. However, you could hear that wasn't the intentions of the conversation. That wasn't those intentions. It wasn't like it was in a bad light. It wasn't like we were joking. We weren't ha ha he he. He straight up was like, "What the fuck you gonna be able to do if it come down to it?" And to sit there and be like, "Well, you need to be helped too, as well. You're
Do you
hopeless."
do
It's
you do
fucked
you
up.
know that the statistics show that in a war, only I think about 19 to 20 something percent of soldiers actually have that gun ho Rambo Terminator blood in them, if you get what I'm saying.
And there's
Um,
only so many number and quantity of people that are on the front line. So that's some bullshit because
no,
everybody ain't gonna be on the front line.
but I'm not saying no. I'm talking about the 100% of those on the front line.
Hmm.
Even if you talking about those on the front line,
Hmm.
only about 19 to 20% of them even bust a gun. A whole
Oh, right. Ever use their gun?
bunch of them, man, what they be hiding behind shit, scared, praying, and everything.
Hmm.
That is a real factor that comes from an actual study. Now, has it increased? I don't know, whatever. This is about, I don't know, I think about 5 years ago or so. I looked that statistic up. So I don't know what it is right now at this very moment today. It depends on the source. But I remember I viewed a reliable source on that as far as what is actually the statistics. Like I looked up on the US.gov as far as like for military and the ratings on deaths, uh, how many people actually fight in war, who are enlisted as opposed to just working in another field of it, like how he was describing.
Hmm.
And what I learned is that out of all the people, then I narrowed it down. And out of all the people that was considered to be somebody who shoots their gun, they said there have been like many wars where majority of people that get out there,
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying they won't bust a bullet, but I'm just saying like you talking about those who really get it in. Nah, just like anything else, let's say it's 100 soldiers on a certain brigade. You got 100 soldiers, you might have about a good 15 of them that's absolutely superior and elite.
Oh, Smitty, wait. So I just realized I don't have the. Oh, okay. I see. I see what it is. Never mind. Go ahead.
What happened?
You said you went live from your phone because I don't have the option to. I was looking like, what am I seeing? I can't. Some. It's
You
too
don't
late
see?
now. No, it's not. It's not on the StreamYard.
Oh, why didn't you say something?
I just realized it because I was going to my channel to see what it looked like on the other end, and I just realized it's not up there. But I don't
Yeah,
even have the option on
yes,
my
man.
end
Out
on
of out
StreamYard.
of let's see if you'd have said something before. Hold on. I
It's
don't know.
okay. Oh, I don't know how to. If you could turn that on.
I don't see. I wish you would have said something so I could have seen. Let me see something. I don't know. Can I?
It's okay. Oh, it's all right.
No, you good, you good. Even down to the absolute factor of the reason why, yeah, we don't respect the elders. So I get it on that. It always has to be a hierarchy, but that hierarchy has to be upheld in a certain form as far as however you live. Like if you were elder and you live a certain way, it might be a determining factor into whether or not people respect that shit or not.
Yeah,
Like,
because there's no more just respect the elder because they're older.
yeah,
Because
it's
I'm older too. Technically, for some people, I'm your elder. You know, I'm someone who's like 30. I'm their elder.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So technically, you're gonna respect me just because I'm 20 some years older than you. So or is it only should the children respect us because we're technically their elders? If elder is actually someone who is what considerably older than you, and if that's the case, and we're not just doing that just because. No, we're not getting respect because we're 40 and 50. That's just not the reason.
My thing is point blank, we need to be more respectful to how we speak to each other. I'm sick of because I may not agree with you, or maybe because somebody doesn't like you, so I'm not gonna like you. But yet you ain't never had no issue with that person. I don't even begin to know how to have that type of headspace. I just
Mm.
don't. I don't know how to have the type of headspace to where I just kind of come for people out of nowhere. That's just not
I think
something.
you don't have you don't have that in you, right? I mean, you don't have that in you, right? To just be. You're not hurting, so you're
We're
not hurting nobody.
disrespectful. We are very disrespectful to each other.
But hurt people. So then that goes. We can't accept that being the reason, and then be like, well, what's going on in you? What's going on in your life that's making you lash out or say this? That's why I said with that comment with Coach Ferg, it wasn't a hurt because he's I'm not accepting that. I feel like that's how you really feel about people in that condition. Those people that you're concerned about, because there's no you're not in real life, both of him and me are just too old to be sent out to the front line anyway, so we ain't going either. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we need whatever part of the Smitties are working because he is still a 40-year-old man. If they wanted to call these 40-year-old men in here and say we're going to raise the age, guess who's going and guess who's not going? Our old asses aren't going, but the 40-year-olds are going to go. So at the end of the day, if that was a factor for you, then at the end of the day, you concerned about who's going to protect you as well, right?
Let me ask you this. Let me
So
ask you this. In your personal opinion, kids or not, I don't care. What is your personal view on the degree, like the percentage of parenting and how a person turns out, right? How a person wounds up having their mentality in life, considering everything's normal and regular. I ain't talking about the special ass cases. Don't throw that in there, y'all. The regular. What's the percentage of how much a parent a parent is the influence of how a child turns out?
in the
So for
beginning, psychologically, it's always going to be like the 0 to 5 years. Um, the 0 to 5 years, the 5 to 10, I think it's 5 to 9, and then like
right,
then 10 to like 12 to 15 type of thing, right? So if those are the benchmarks along the way, 0 to 5, 100%, your parents are your influence. 5 to 9, it's like 75%, your parents are your influence. But then after the 10 to 12 and then 12 to 15 and on, no longer is your parents a considerable amount of your influence. It goes down. So it literally goes from 100% to probably 10% over by the time that you are a young adult. So your parents are no longer influencing you by the time you are becoming cognizant of the world around you. And in the Bible, it says 8 is where your influence from your parents kind of stops because that is the age of reasoning. So according to biblically, 8 or 9, you're old enough to understand wrong, right, and all that. So you're no longer influenced by your parents as much as you are more so now implementing those things that they taught you. And especially with my experience being around children, I had preschool, so I had 0 to 5, and then I had latchkey service, so I had 5 to 13. So from ages 2 years old to 13, you can see how much the influence would go through. By the time they got to be 13, whatever their parents influencing them, unless they wanted to be like their parents, they did not care what was going on, what their none of that mattered. But this 8-year-olds completely mattered, right? The 8-year-old wants to be like his dad. Like he walks like his dad, even grabs his little wee wee like his dad does. But the 13-year-old is like, man, I'm trying to figure out who I am. So over time, it just becomes less and less and less. But we know that, So somewhere along the line, this is what you do. Who you are now is a result of your parents' influences on you. Hopefully. You said considering they be a normal child, normal person, a normal childhood, a normal life.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So what I'm really meaning by that is
Mhm.
like usually how you operate in life has a lot to do with like your surroundings and your upbringing and how you were brought up. Okay, cool. So when we think about it from the larger metric perspective, once you finally out into the world, like, is it really a failure on the parents if that individual doesn't turn out to be what it is that you raised them to be? Like,
I
is
don't
that
know. I don't have kids, but I do know I've been a child, so I do know that at a certain point, no. But at a we come from a generation where people still look at you based on who your parents are. I don't think this generation after us that matters. So
why?
you see
What
what
do
I'm
you think
saying?
has been like? What has been the shift? Why do you think that doesn't matter anymore?
Because this generation behind us doesn't matter to them. How they're because we've seen kids grow up and their parents ain't shit, and the kid is completely opposite. That was happening when we were younger, but it was not. It was smaller scale, right? So now you really see people who are. I'm not trying to be like my dad, or God forbid, in real life, we know someone who ain't shit dad in this space, right? And
Mhm.
according to that philosophy, his kids should grow up to be just like him. But we do know that generation, they don't want to grow up and be like their parents, whereas we did. You know what I mean? So um, that I think that's over with for them. They're not there. If their parents are doctors, they don't care. They want to be rolling, musicians and content creators. If their parents are lazy and don't do shit, they still don't want to be like their parents. So none of that influences them. You know what I mean? They don't. That if for that generation, it's not about who you're attached to, or because we were also not we were also intimidated to go out into the world and to not have manners because it was going to be a direct reflection of our parents, right? Oh, you so and so son. Mm-mm. I seen you acting a fool having a fight at the gas station on around the corner. Mm-mm.
Right,
You
right.
represent your parents. But nowadays, you see a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old having a fight, and he robbed an old man at the gas station. You go tell his mama, and it don't mean nothing. The fact that you know who his mama is, and you can go tell on him, don't mean nothing. He's not embarrassed by the fact that you saw him do something illegal, and you know his parents. That means nothing to them. Where it means something to us. So I think that's probably where whatever happened in that generation, the younger parents. And then again, like I said, some parents, this younger generation, some of them are so hell bent on not being like their parents that they're just not even raising their kids right. I'm not gonna let my kid make my kid be accountable for such and such, and then now the kid don't got no accountability. They out here robbing old men and stuff, carjacking and stuff, and it ain't like you can go and say, I'm finna go talk to your mother because you're an embarrassment to the family. That don't mean shit to them. You know what I mean? So whatever happened, it's those parents that remember we were talking about it the other day. It's those 30-year-old, 40-year-old parents. Like it was when the whole girl was doing your hair. It's that 30-year-old parent group that do not want to be so much like the group before them that they're not upholding some of the standards that make it like make us be accountable in that sense, because that's what was really holding us to the task. Like Oh, Smitty, is that you over here with your pants down cussing? Oh, wait till I see your mother at church. And you like, oh, it really went over you like, oh shit, she saw me. You know what I mean? They don't have that.
Is there such thing nowadays as acting your age?
No, because I have no idea why I don't think I act my age, Smitty, at all. You gotta know I don't act my age.
All right. So if you was to say that for yourself, okay, I like that. I like that
I
because
got
you
too
know
much
people.
of everything that I can't act 50. This is not what 50 act like. Not me or you. You don't not act 40 nothing. What you talking about?
Serious?
You act 40, bye, sweetie.
No, listen,
Oh,
listen. This
50,
is what I'm saying. So, like, all right. So, has the view
I should
of
be
like,
like, baby,
wait a
hold
minute.
on, sugar. Let me
You
get my
know what I think
pocketbook.
it is? You know what I think it is?
You need some hand sanitizer.
No,
Come here, baby.
no, no,
What?
no. No, these hands stay clean. They stay real clean.
I don't act
Um,
no. Come here. I got a peppermint in my pocketbook. I don't act no damn 50.
breath
Child.
stay. What I'm saying is this, right? I believe that what you're speaking about is the simple fact of we are now here in listen, hear me now. We're now here in that elder stage. You know, I mean, no, not elder. Yeah, we would be considered elders in the community at this point. We would be considered those of the OGs and OGs. Okay, cool.
We OGS is over here. Hey, OGs.
All right, so look, I'm just saying, like, I think that because we still feel so fresh. I'm just trying to figure out how to word it. We still feel so fresh. We still feel so well put together. And we still feel so mentality wise, like I can still relate. I remember what it's like. I'm not that far removed. That's what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? No. You are. That's primarily what you're talking about when you say like we don't act like. What do you mean we don't act like? So what does a 40-year-old act like? So you're telling me in your 20s you knew what a 40-year-old act like? Or did you just know that they were older than you?
Back then, you could see it, but now you can't tell because I can stand in line and there's young women standing in front of me and behind me, and both of them is younger than me by 10 years, and I shouldn't be running around the big bounce. I should not have Instagram pictures of me running through a big bounce house with my 13-year-old nephew.
I
All
get
bouncing around like because I'm 50. I should be over on the side telling him, go on, sugar, have some fun, sugar. Oh, I was bouncing too. I go to Sky Zone too. I got my Sky Zone socks too. What are you talking about? So I don't know. I think that I don't know. I don't know if I ever knew what that's supposed to look like because the 50-year-olds my day when I was younger,
mm-hmm.
we wouldn't try to look like them and be like them. The 40-year-olds, when we was younger, we knew they were older, but we could tell how they. Oh, you be looking at the folks now, you can't even tell even if they have gray hair. Look at LA Project. She got gray hair. By default, you supposed to be baby.
No,
Baby, you want a butterscotch because she got gray hair, baby. According to that, no, we supposed to be no.
wait, I hold on. I'm that
Shout out to LA Project. We love you, girl. Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying that's a dye. I do believe, you know, that is a style now. Women will dye their
No,
hair.
that's her actual hair. She had that streak. She's got a rogue. Remember X-Men? That's Lauren's natural gray. She's had that. That's not a dye. She just always had a gray streak. She said she got it. I forget when she said she got it, but she said she remembers when it happened. And she
You
just
know
now she
something?
just lets it stay there. But it's that one streak in her hair that's gray. But according to our philosophy and according to our society, gray hair, you supposed to be old now, baby. You supposed to be up there, baby.
What you saying? Okay. Maybe that's a sign of those who have like a foresight of wisdom in a sense. I
It
have
used to mean that. It used to mean that, but now everybody got gray hair and gray is in style. So at the end of the day, you can't look at someone and say, "Oh, they're wise because they're older or they're even older." You can't even tell.
No, but is gray hair in style or is stress in style? I'm not saying for her. I'm just
Stress is funny.
of that. No, but real talk because I ain't even gonna I ain't even gonna hold you. I have recognized that I had to catch myself and how like I noticed how when I started stressing a whole lot more, just me personally, I'm not talking about born with, but I started noticing I would get a gray hair, gray hair. I have an Uncle Tracy, he was born with gray hair. He
Hmm.
has a patch. It's like right here in the front, it's like a square patch. Like
That's what Lauren got.
it's like
But in that she got long hair, so
he was
you see
born
it.
with yeah, he was born with that.
Yeah, she said she been had that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that happens. I mean, some people born with the I don't know, lack of pigment. What's the lack of pigment? Albino. Boom, there you go. You know what I'm saying? You know, I guess that would be the same. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But anyway, I'm really on the mode of like honestly though, I'm gonna be real with you, fam.
So how
I
did you
don't
feel about what went down?
it was disrespectful, but I don't want to make too big of a scene on that person's show. You know
On
what I'm
whose
saying?
show?
Drip. Wasn't that where we were?
We not at his show.
Well, whose show were we on?
We were at his show, but we are at your show now, so you can make whatever kind of scene you want to make. What are you talking about? That's the whole point of you having your own show, so that you can don't have to concern yourself with infringing upon someone else and disrespecting their platform. You have your own platform to disrespect if you want to. So at the end of the day, it just should be a set understanding that despite if you know someone or not, because we're not going to know each other, right? We kind of don't, even if people folks have been in this space interacting for years and they still don't really know each other.
Right.
But what we are finding out is that people do not have a problem with kind of really actually coming up and saying how they feel, because they feel like you all the way on the other side of the screen. Remember, I told you this other day. You all the way over there. What you gonna do? Really? What you gonna do? Right?
Not
So at the
fighting.
end of the day, I can be courageous behind my keyboard, which is fine. It's fine. We understand that that's what everybody's gonna do, because it's different when you are around the corner and somebody can get in their car and walk up to your front door. But we're not doing that, right? Anymore. We're not doing that. It's just disrespectful, and I think that sometimes it comes out to people um saying how they really feel because that's how they really been feeling. That's all. That's what I really think at the end of the day.
Okay. So look, right? So look, let me just say this. Did I take that and did I peep the
Miss Polly, hit the link. Oh, I'm sorry. This ain't my show. You got to tell you, Miss Polly. Hey, Miss Polly, go ahead. What'd you say? I'm sorry. This Smitty, I think she might. Hey, I have to say she might be on my side, but I ain't got no side, so she's definitely in your chat. Hey, Miss Polly. Hey, sugar.
what I'm saying is that when it comes to respect, it's
Hmm.
just a level of respect that we need to maintain for each other in these spaces. And we don't maintain that level of respect. You know what I'm saying?
And how do you expect to get someone to do that when, especially if they're your elder? Because that conversation was a lot about was also, I know because I was in the military, and what do you know? And then at the end of the day, it ain't like you can really help us. And that's the part that kept fucking with me. I'm sorry, not to be
Nah,
cussing, but that's the part that kept messing with me. Like, it really was like as if he really wanted you to have an answer, but I think, and then of course, it triggered you to be like, you don't know what I know how to do. So, but I feel like you need to go ahead and just put out that visual of what you know how to do to shut folks up, because that's just disrespectful. And then, like I said earlier, it kind of just it erases. I mean, it just neglects all the people who were military vets or the people that served who also are um um disabled, right? Well, no matter whatever reason that they were amputees. So now those people can't come help us either, because they over there sitting on whatever they're sitting on. It's kind of messed up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't like that.
I mean,
Come on.
thing is, look, I didn't
Mhm.
like it. I did not appreciate it. My headspace is where, because I know we can't really see each other, and I'm not saying I wanted to fight him. No, I'm just saying, like, I try to reserve my emotions because I know how I can get up there.
That was
I
a very good point to get up there. If you ain't never got up there no other time, that's a really good time too. That was a really good time to like, nigga, let me shut you the fuck up. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. If nobody else ever seen you show your ass, that would have been a good moment. Because that was a really good reason to show your ass, in my opinion. I mute my mic.
You saying respect-wise, right? That's what you're saying?
Huh? Say what again? Teacher?
You're saying disrespect-wise, right?
Yes, if not, because normally you're respectful. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people can take advantage of that, and I'm not saying that, that's what happened, but I feel like it kind of was what happened, because it's almost like you could, again, remember we talked on the interview, people's perception of you is that you're in some sort of limbo, some state of PTSD. So you could be just triggered, right? Or your feelings are gonna be hurt. You're gonna go cry. You're gonna have a moment of I remember when, if somebody say, "Can you climb a
People,
tree?" You know what I mean? They're
yeah,
expecting that reaction to not be so well, you know. So in real life, if nothing else, that's like people who love their mother. And I'm not saying this, and I'm so sorry to say this, but in regards to like your father, but that's like someone making a comment about that, knowing that your father's not here. You know that person's going to freak out on you because you both know that your father's not here. You know what I mean? And you both know that that person loved their father to death. So you both know that what that's going to do to that person if you say something. That to me that's what that was like. Oh no, I guess I'm the only one up here. Hey y'all. I got the stage to myself. I think Smitty had to jump out. He'll be back. Okay.
I'm right here. Hold on. My bad. I got you, Miss Polly.
But that's, to me, that's what it was like. It was like somebody who be like, on my mama, and then I love my mama, and then for them to turn around and use your mama, and you be like, you already know how that person's gonna react. So I think that's what it is. Two people. Remember I told you that in the interview. I'm like, people actually tiptoe around it because they think that you're PTSD. So like you're gonna freak out. But if nothing else, that is actually the moment when you need to freak out. Like how you did on Kills, that's how you should have came. But I think it was because of respect for Jits panel, and I think it was respect for Coach Ferg. That's what we were talking about earlier. Like automatically, you give him grace and respect because he's your elder. Fuck that. He's not too old to know what the hell he was saying, and you're not senile or dementia to where you don't even realize you said some shit. Like that's some, no man, come on, dude. Because when it was Kills, you was like, fuck nigga, I could paint a wall, nigga, whatever. And then Coach Ferg, you're like, sir. No, he didn't. He need to get the fuck nigga too. The same energy you gave him, you need to give it to everybody the same way. Anybody talk shit need to get the same energy, no matter if you old or young, because you old enough to know that you talking shit. And I digress my mic. Don't fuck with Smitty. Quit fucking with Smitty. I'm gonna come for you on anybody's panel. Y'all don't like me anyway, so I don't give a shit.
No, I appreciate it.
I'm saying.
But I'm
Y'all
just,
don't even know if I don't give a shit. So don't come for real and don't come for Smitty. That's all I gotta say.
I'm just really on some. I know exactly how to guard myself. The thing is that I know how overboard I can go. I know the true extent of where I can go with shit. It's a lot that happened, Miss Polly.
Miss
Mm.
Polly. That
It's a
man
lot.
asked him, can he climb a tree? I wanted to climb and through and slap somebody. The fuck? The fuck?
Like, look, all
Now
of
you know
us.
that was a low blow to me, so don't play that off. Do not play it off. I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
I'm not playing it off. I'm just saying, like, we can go deep down the line of any of us. What would be considered a low blow? Like, say for example, I'm just this is just an example. Somebody came at me about, hey, Smitty, can you do the moonwalk? And then I bust out and I'm like, because I know their story, and because they came up and said, you know
You're
what,
like,
yeah,
yeah, do your mama love you still?
no,
Like that
no,
type of shit.
no, not even that. But like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had an accident. It's like
Mhm.
an accident now. Something happened to their growing, they can't have kids. Something happened to them with something in a medication when they was young. Now they develop this or develop that. Like, I know people that develop thyroids because of medication or certain, you know, whatever. So imagine if I'm sitting here laughing like, yeah, I can eat a cupcake and you can't because you got diabetes or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you don't operate in that mode. You don't do shit like that.
Mm-mm.
So that's where I am with it. You smell me
But
now?
I said it for you because I said, who the hell is gonna recruit you when both you got two bad hips and your two bad knees and a bad hip? You old as hell, Coach Frank. What you talking about? I said, they ain't gonna come to get me either because I'm old as I got sciatica. They're gonna be like, sit your old ass down. So what are you talking about? What are we saying?
You don't listen.
And both of us gonna need some help. It's gonna be me, you, Smitty, Riaz, and all the rest of the women. What are you talking about, Coach Ferb? We all gonna be over there needing help. Stop.
You can be perfectly fine, but you can just be over a certain age. I don't understand like that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Said it because that kills everything from there. There's nothing else. No other examples need to be made.
Mm-hmm.
If you're over a certain age, you do not qualify. Nothing, nothing that they have for the youth. I mean, nothing of vitality, should I say? Are they going to be pulling somebody in that's over 50? All full gray and bald. No, they're not doing that.
Good
They're
boy.
they're going to be pulling in folks who actually know what's going on and everything else. I'm just saying, like, look, John, I'm trying my best, especially during this month. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to remain in like a more chill, peaceful state. I don't appreciate the disrespect. I don't appreciate that shit. But it's like when I really think about it and it being the internet, I mean, it's the damn internet. And it's gonna be people that's gonna be disrespectful. But I do recognize it's times I need to be disrespectful back. I just like to be more so on time. I don't know.
But we at the point, and we talk about this all the time, that when someone sets that tone for you, then that's the way, you
Yeah.
should rock it, right? And the petty part of it is us coming back and having an attitude every time we run into that person, right? Every time we come on the panel, we leave or we don't got nothing to say. When they come pop up or when they come in our back chat, we don't let them up on our show. We can be petty. We can just go along with that whole vibe and just be petty.
Right.
Excuse me. Or you can just address it, right?
Why?
For the sake of the conflict, for the sake of the conflict, or for the sake of not having a conflict, right? You don't want to address it. But for some reason, that's what we're kind of faced with those kind of decisions, either to be petty. Every time you see that person is up, you know what I mean?
you this. Like, I mean, do we? Because look, I was having a talk, right? I was having a talk on. Shout out to DJ Witch Doctor, right? And I was talking to my boy, Rilla, Chicago Rilla. Shout out to him.
I
And I
like
was,
Chagarilla.
and I was saying to him how, at what point do
He's
we get
smart.
over that, get out of our system? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be mad at you. You know, I'm real
Ain't no
big.
point. You could be mad. You have every Smitty. What you I get it. You have a peaceful personality. You have a peaceful demeanor, a peaceful character, but you have every I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to be mean. Y'all don't
Hey,
nobody
look,
take it the wrong way,
let's
but you have every reason to be upset about someone using that as or weaponizing it against you, even in this time and climate, especially after what you just went through personally, while you're still in it. So to not have any regard to your personal situation that you're in a certain headspace, especially because you're in a certain headspace, that'll be the excuse on I would never have to say I'm sorry. Because you know what happened to me. You know I just lost my family member and now you're gonna come here and say some shit like this to me. There's no there is nothing that you don't even have to even come back and excuse that behavior in this state of mind because that's almost an understanding. Now, if it was months from now or before this happened where that wasn't a factor, where you weren't dealing with something at home personally and you just was regular and that person still said what they said to you, you might be right about what you're thinking right now. But like, let me just go ahead and just deal with this differently. But in this state of mind right now, because in real life, you wouldn't walk up to someone, talk shit to them after they just brought you their mother's obituary. You would be real patient around them because of what they just went through. But for some reason on this internet, we got balls of steel. So fuck the internet because you wouldn't. That's disrespectful altogether because people might, he could say he may not have known about your dad or whatever. However, you've been through this nigga's situation with his physical body. So
of
why you
course,
didn't? If it was something that was a factor, we done been through all type of shit. And if it was a factor, this would have came up beforehand. I'm concerned about people like Smitty because what they gonna do if shit, But now that we thicken into this, and the excuse is gonna be because we're having an internet conversation that it's just the internet. No, that's what we see. Like I told y'all, I've told you, Smitty, I've been on the phone, I've been on the live with someone and CPS pull up because someone said I'm finna send CPS to your house. And they pull up. Now, hey, that's a hell of a coincidence, or it's just not the internet. And people really do feel the way they feel. It's just that they're hiding behind the internet to say it's just the internet. Because guess what? In real life, that person on the street already telling you how they feel. Nigga, you ain't going. If I gotta depend on you to protect me, and when the shit hits a fan, oh, I'm not counting on you, or the women, or them slow ass kids. And the women didn't even like that. Come on, Smitty. The women didn't like that. People didn't like that comment for you, and people don't like it for other people that's like you, and people didn't like it because you were lumping the women all together in everybody. That's messed up. And to sit here and say that you be like useless and that you need protection is fucked to say. And that's just messed up. So if you're not gonna be mad, I'm mad for you.
no.
Because you're
No.
such a peaceful person. You're a butterfly, okay? You're a unicorn.
This is my thing. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm trying to let you know, beloved. It's like how you said, everything I'm dealing with already. Like, I got a hard time enough trying to deal with that right now. And I guess maybe I guess you know why I'm being very laid back with it, because I'm more thinking about what I really got going on as opposed to what the heck he talking about. I am. I'm just more concerned about that.
It is okay. It's okay because what you guys don't do, what our men do is,
Mhm.
of course, our black men. It's okay because you're gonna worry about your family and your situation, and then what's gonna happen is that because you never expel that energy from that situation, it's pushed down. So what what tends to happen, especially in our little dark community, our minority community, is that it doesn't come back up again until that person pisses us off again. So instead of us just handling it and saying, hey, I'm going through this, I'm dealing with all this, and on top of that, your ass came in here sideways, guess what? Fuck you with no Vaseline, right? And then that way, when that person comes back around, that part is not bothering you no more. But what we tend to do is we say, okay, we still do what you just said we do. Oh, you know what? I got other stuff, because people do that with bills. They be like, man, I can't worry about that person. I got too much shit to do. And you got regular life to deal with. You don't have too much shit to do. You have regular life. You have the same regular life you had yesterday. So sometimes not addressing it just makes it, dormant. And then when that person, later on, it could be something that's minor, and they say, you know what, see, that's why I don't fuck with you, nigga. You like, this whole time I didn't fuck with you. Since the last time you pissed me off. But I'm just, and we keep going through that same cycle. So sometimes you just might need to just be like, yo, in the midst of all this, on top of all this, guess what? Fuck you. And I need to tell you that, because that's going to make me feel good right now. And then maybe later you might want to come back and, once everything else blows over and you kind of adjust it to your new reality, now it might come back up again, or that person can trigger you again. You know what I'm saying? Shit gets more in the fan. It's like, see, this is why we can't count on this type of shit to happen. And then, now it's all triggered all over again. You like, see, I meant to say something to you last time, but I didn't because I was dealing with this. That's usually how that conversation goes, right? So that's what I'm saying, no, because you're going to have something else a month from now. You're going to have something else 3 months from now. And then 3 months from now, somebody can still say the same shit. But you guess what, you know how this person feels. But you know what I mean? And I just feel like sometimes addressing it right then puts it to bed. Guess what? I got to never speak to you again. You got to never speak to me again. You got to never come by my channel. Because if you're talking like this, I don't need you around me. So guess what? When you pop up, I'm going to leave. I'm going to let my presence, myself, deal with it and leave. I don't got to be around you, because in real life, you would walk out the room. You would go out the room. You wouldn't show up, right? So just don't. I think that we need to start doing that more often, and letting that person know that I'm really not okay with what you said or did. And regardless of what I got going on in my life, this still it means something, and it's going to mean something 3 weeks from now, and it means something right now. But unfortunately, we don't do that. We kind of let it go,
Listen, it is disrespectful. Right? I mean, I totally get that aspect. The thing is that I don't know. I'm getting to the point, because now, mind you, I know you heard me say it on another live, how, I'm trying not to grow numb. I'm literally trying not to. Jen,
but that's okay too. You're fighting the process. You're fighting the process that's happening. This is the part that women understand that men don't. You're fighting the process that's going to have to happen anyway. You're going to go through those stages. That's what has to happen. However, you don't need nobody on the side of you telling you, saying no sideways shit that,
Yeah, but see, this is, I just want to say this. So what I'm saying is, me, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's legal. It's legal. Go ahead.
Good. I'm sitting up here and I'm like, I'm recognizing how numb I'm becoming, and I don't want to become that way, right? But it's like, again, when I say I gotta preserve my inner peace, you had hit me on my DM and you was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, like, we talk. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm cool, I'm straight. Why? And the reason why I know you was probably like, hold on, wait a minute, you're not mad, you're not upset. Was I frustrated at that? Absolutely. Like, remember, like, if you really think about it, on that live, I did come with the energy I felt was necessary. I'm just about, you know what I'm saying? It's somebody else's show. I'm not going to go overboard, try to take it over. I'm not one of them. So I know like my measures, my metric. And I try my best not to go out of bounds. But that's why I said everything I said. Like, all right, bet since you want to say I'm not on the front line, I get you. Then neither were you.
Hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? Neither were you as a
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm listening to you, and I'm
Yeah.
also listening to you, and I also clicked on my notifications, and our illustrious angry man is reviewing us from last night too. So just to let you know. On
Really?
the double. Yeah, his title is "The Culture Is Still Trash." He was talking. I can't hear him and hear you at the same time, so I have to go back and listen. But the angry man, he was up there with us last night, and he's talking about the panel too.
So yeah, man.
Interesting. You go
Yeah.
ahead.
So like basically how we move, man. Like the disconnect and everything. I'm on more so of like my piece is much more god daggone important. I'm dead ass serious when I say that, Jen. I gave him the smoke that I wanted to really, really give him like last night. Now today, what I want to speak about is, basically like the overcast of how disrespectful it was. And guess how disrespectful that shit was. Absolutely. Because if that's one of your own, and I don't know why we lost touch of that. I don't know why we lost touch of, like if that was your niece, nephew, your son, daughter, whoever, like you would be up in arms. Don't you know we say don't talk about people, kids? Why would we be acting like every last one of us isn't somebody's child? You smell me now? So was me. I mean, I totally get it, but it's like I gotta keep my head space in the mind frame of I can't be flipping out too tough over that as much as I know that was some bullshit. That was some bullshit, yo. People know that I've made it very clear in this space my feelings upon that. People know I made it very clear. Y'all can talk all the shit you want, but the fact is I can still pull women. Big Smitty still works.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait a minute, don't let me have to let people know. Little Smitty is still working, still got a job.
And not even just that, but the other two as well. Like, I mean, I'm fully functional.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I'm fully functional.
It's funny.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't get to going off of the, my point is like bump this shit that people want to be talking about as far as like what they assume. Any and everybody, this is the main thing I would challenge anybody to ask that person that says anything about Smitty. Just ask them one question only. Have you actually talked to him yourself? Like, have you had like back end conversations with him? Do you know like the full extent? Have you talked to him about what his appointments are like, or what stage is he in? Have you actually talked to him yourself? I guarantee you, not near one of them is going to be like yes.
Not near one.
No one, because the thing is, nobody who talks bad about me is somebody who actually talks to me on the back end. Nobody who talks shit behind my back is somebody who talks to me on the back end. I only talk to just it's I swear on life, it's just like a few, and that's it. And it's for a reason. It's for a reason. I know it's this stuff, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of jealousy out here. It's a lot of competition. A lot of guys don't like if you get compliments from women, and they trying to figure out why y'all complimenting him. Well, just because I'm worthy of the compliment, obviously, if that woman found it fit. So, I mean, if
Mhm.
called, you see what I'm saying? Like, I love your eyes, you're handsome, this, and that. Oh, you look very nice. I see you got your, you know what I'm saying, your little hair done, blah, 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 all that other shit. Then, I mean, it shouldn't be
Oh,
nothing.
so I helped to raise the game when I put you on the big screen when you got your hair done? Okay.
I
Raise the
mean,
game. Get Smitty the
I
action, y'all.
I appreciate that what you did. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, I've always been one to get that. Period. Like, no matter what my hairstyle is, like, I've always gotten compliments, and I do recognize what this space consists of. Like, people, for example, if they don't like you or if they have some kind of whatever towards you, then they will respond to you as far as I gotta disrespect you if I disagree. I don't need to be disrespected just because you don't like what I said. I've always
Mhm.
said this shit. Like I've always wondered about it too. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like all I did was state like something I felt on something. And so, all right, bet. Well, since you want to go there, I'm gonna go there with you. You see what I'm saying? But then I also got times where I'm like, all right, yeah, I hear you. But man, that shit ain't even worth it. I told you, I've known Uncle Ferg and Hustler Muscular since the days of DD. And that's why I got personally, a personal, like, different energy with him because it's like I've been heard him saying all that shit 3, 4 years ago, man. Been heard him saying all that shit. Is it insulting what he's saying now? Yep, it is. Was he saying that shit back then? No. I don't know what gave him, you know what I'm saying, the balls and the galls to say something.
Mhm.
I don't know what kicked in today, but I do know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that's not appreciated. So I ain't gonna concern myself about it all the way too much. But I did want to make this mark and make this clear that folks need to like really be more cautious about what we say about each other online. And we need to make sure that like if we like talk to people. Like I think we need to do more like before you just come out of nowhere because you got some shit pent up and held up inside you and now you feel like you got the moment to say something. I think you need to go ahead and say that shit while it's on your chest. And that's where I'm at with it. You smell me now?
Mhm.
So I mean, I don't know what you got for this before we end it off. I don't know. Jen. Just what's your thoughts, period. I don't know. Just can
Well,
you
I
give
gave him a lot of my thoughts. I have that is what I said is I don't think that was nice. I don't think that was fair. I think that was mad disrespectful. I think that especially being an elder, that was hella inappropriate in that platform. And I also think damn you're respecting other people. I think at a certain point, even someone as respectful as you needs to, you know, that gentle parenting shit don't work. You know what I mean? That gentle socialization doesn't work. Excuse me, would you stop just, being disrespectful? Sometimes you might need just like you have to tell your kids, shut the hell up and sit your ass down. Sit down. Sometimes you might have to tell someone, leave me the fuck alone. Or shut the hell up talking to me. Because just the gentle niceness of being respectful, I feel like sometimes that could be a crutch to the and then that could be weaponized. Thank you to YouTube for giving me that vocabulary word. But I think it can be weaponized at times as well. Like, oh, like I said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, Smitty, because I got mad love. However, if I'm a person that's going to be deceitful at any point, and I recognize that you always are going to be well, let me check myself first, I'm going to never take accountability in any situation with you because I can count on you checking yourself first. And then, now the day you can nut up and say, "Nah, nigga, this your fault. Fuck you." That's gonna catch my attention, and now all of a sudden I gotta take accountability too. But I can see where people, if their intention at the moment is not decent, they're gonna take advantage of the gentle nature in you and just say, "You know what? What's Smitty gonna say? He gonna get on here and cuss me out?" What they don't expect you to do is to go back to your platform and do what everybody else does and go off and go on 10 and say, "Try me again," and here go a video of me painting the wall, bitch. Like that. They don't expect you to do that because you're so respectful and nice. So I'm just going to count on that, and I'm going to say what I want to say to you, because what's the least you're going to do is tell me to shut the hell up. So I think sometimes it's okay to be, to be decent and to have decorum. That's crazy, because that triggers a conversation I had with someone else about them telling their girlfriend who was fucking his house up, fucking tearing up his shit, Smitty. But yet and still, he won't say, get the fuck out. But he gonna say, I'm gonna go be decent and decorum to her. Well, guess what? On her way out, she tore up some more shit. But had you went over there and said, yo, girl, you got to go, she might have stopped tearing up shit. But, sometimes that doesn't necessarily get the result that we want, or teach that person to not come for us in that way. You know what I mean? So I agree with you on some level, because I don't think I think my decent decorum is 60-40. You know what I mean? I think it's 60-40, maybe 70-30. I'm respectful. I got a little decent decorum in me. I got a little respect. And, sometimes I can just push to the side and say, oh, that person just ignorant, forget them. But y'all know me. You know me, Smitty. That's 30%. The other 70% is going to be like, what the hell? So, yeah, I don't know if I'm a good person to give advice or to give you any words of wisdom on that area, because I feel like at some point, even as sweet as you are, you need to tell someone, just like you told Kels, nigga, I can paint walls. I can go get my mail. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? I could do whatever you do, and you can kiss my ass because it still works. You got me fucked up. So I feel like everyone should get that energy when they come for you like that, especially people who know, who absolutely know. We're not talking about the people who didn't know or wasn't sure and just shot a shot. These motherfuckers who say that to you, absolute the fuck no. And that's wrong. You know what I mean? That is
Right.
wrong. So that's why I said I don't have my mental room. I was like, I can't even figure out where to put that person categorically. Like, come on, that's like you know what I mean? That's like, you know that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you didn't know, especially if they knew you before they came into the sector. That's even worse. That makes it worse. So it feels like you were waiting to use that comment. And if that's that kind of person's stance, then I don't, my interaction with them would be very limited, and I'm not, I don't have to talk to you. I don't got to be around you. I don't got to deal with you. And that's what we really need to start doing too. It's like putting your foot down and say, hey, you know what? No respect, but I don't like the way he came at me last time. So until I'm over it, I'm not going to entertain this panel. And if the person who cares about you more than they care about that, they'll let you know. They'll, hey, Smitty, don't, come back. I'll handle it. I'll make sure the person y'all ain't on panel together. But give people the option to do that too around you. You know what I mean? So because we don't do that either. We don't put our stance down and then we don't walk away from the situation. We still interact with folks even though we can't stand the motherfuckers' breath. We want them, we hate their we hate their guts right now. So I feel like you deserve a moment to get over it, and however you feel like you want to, that's up to you. And if you don't want to get over it right now, then that's fine. But I feel like, you should also be able to, we should also have each other's back in that regards too. Like if somebody say, hey, you know what, Jen, I ain't rocking with him right now. If I come up on your panel and he come up on the panel, hey, make a choice. And that's fine. That's fair. I'm a drop. That's fair, because we don't never do that shit. We don't never, protest. We still sit up here and deal with shit and then be mad because it's building up. So, that's why I said I'm probably not a good person to reference on this, because I feel a certain kind of way. And that's all I have to say for now.
I really appreciate you. I might talk to you a little bit more about it tomorrow or something else. Then I might hit you up and you know what I'm saying, talk to you a little bit. But I'm just really on some, I don't know, man. I guess it's, what I think it is? I guess I'm just so burnt out at this particular moment from everything else that's going on, like you said, personally in my life. And maybe he ain't aware of that. You
And
see
that's
what I'm
fine. And that's fine. That's why I said earlier that might be fine. That's okay. It still doesn't excuse what he said, because what he's saying got shit to do with your situation at home.
Nah, it don't.
But it's fine that him not knowing to even be able to say, let me just not say this because that's gonna add, it's gonna make things worse. That's okay. That's okay. He can know or not know, but because it had nothing to do with what he said. But I understand where you're coming from. To try to give him a little bit of grace, like maybe he didn't know I was, mm-mm.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Maybe he didn't know I was grieving. Like just saying it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
That's okay. He may not know, but then again,
something though, I do believe it's kind of my fault in a way.
what
Watch
was
this.
he? No, I'm not doing that with you. I'm about to go.
Oh, wait. I'm gonna say this part before we go. I don't mean my fault, but like I do be giving people the impression that I'm so okay. Follow me. I do give I do give the energy that, man, I'm straight. And we are in society used to people just pushing feelings aside. And it's like a catch-20. It's like a rock in a hard spot. It's like if I actually come out, like this is what my mind says, if I actually come out and say, this is the way I feel about this at this moment, well, it's gonna be like you and you'll feel, it's like you're just gonna be met with a whole bunch of shit you gotta block off and defend. And I don't feel like doing all that. I don't feel like telling people over and over again, bruh, oh my God, I'm tired of talking about this shit, bruh. I did not feel no kind of way about that shit. Like I don't have that in me to be doing all that dumb shit. I just don't. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but I recognize how my demeanor and how I carry myself, a lot of people almost like, you'd be surprised, Jen. It's quite a few folks who probably heard that's what happened to me, but damn near almost forgot. There's quite a few people who just don't know that happened. And the way I carry myself, most people who finally find out, they like, what? Because of how I carry myself. Because in their mind, I'm like you said, I'm supposed to be in a dark corner somewhere, shriveled up, and I'm like, I want to die. I'm not supposed to be able to still say I date and I smile and I have a life. I still build things around the house. I still take care of life. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to say, oh, woe is me. My life is over. And because people can't seem to wrap their mind around, how are you still kicking and ticking? How are you still doing what you're doing? To them, that it kind of baffles them. You smell me now? You there?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's all I wanted to say. But with that being said, I appreciate you coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie, damn, this came out to be damn near a whole 2 hours. So I appreciate. Nah, real talk. I mean, you know me. I usually do like a quick couple minutes and everything, and I'm out of here. So it's about that time for me. So I appreciate everybody for stopping through. Let me get my music straight. Jen, thank you once again, beloved. Thank you so much for actually stopping through, hollering at your boy. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family. Y'all be easy.
Welcome to the lighthouse. Storm all around. I'm standing right now, sand from the cloud. They talking mighty now, but I'm just fighting for my blood. Let my life out, yeah. Sent from the heavens, king on sevens, trials on trials, still count blessings. Waiting on the revelating, heart been heavy. I stay patient, I am beyond the angels, I am man, I bleed. Untangled, sword on my back, axe on the strap. Walk with the weight of the world in my lap. Touching my kid, we doubling back. Play with my palm, but I'm ready for that. Ready for that. Lone Star County gives us greatness. Stand tall. lighthouse. This foundation. Still waiting on revelation. Tit on them rotation. Hurting my chest, but I'm chasing. Turn my scars into statements. I don't need your stage or cameras. I need these papers, landing hammers. Still on my spine, still in my hands. Guarding my bloodline. Holding this land like a test. They can try, they can hate me. I've been forged in fire, that's what made me. PG rays, don't star in my veins. DMV on the map, shading lines.